Alright, so this is instructions on how to do your AP exam. This is your first page when you open up. And this is called Sustained Investigation. So you are on images right here. And you'll be uploading each image. You should have at least 10 pieces. They changed it. So now it's only 10. So if you want to do the 15, you can, but you don't have to. And then under each image, you should have the materials that you used. Make sure you fill out the height, width, and depth if this is 3D. If this is not 3D, then it's just height and width. Also tell the process on how you created the piece. Okay, once when you have those all uploaded, I'm also going to be checking for the clarity of the image. So when I click on the image, is the lighting correct? This is a shadow box that we use to make sure the lighting was right. Just try to find an area, a table or something, where you know, the lighting is good, so you get a nice clear picture. And then you are going to come here to written evidence. So click on written evidence. And here's your written response to these two questions. And you can number them 1 and 2 here in the box. Maximum is 1,200 characters. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Number 1, identify the question or inquiry that guided your sustained investigation. So let's say, well, this year I decided to do landscapes and I want to understand how to do landscapes. So number 1 right here, and then I would write, I would write that here. And then number 2, describe your sustained investigation shows evidence of practice, experimentation, and revision guided by your question. So I would start talking about pieces that I've done. So if I'm doing landscapes, I decided to do a mountain scene, and I wanted to break down all the different parts of atmospheric perspective, and I wanted to make sure I had blurriness in the background in the mountains, and a blue tint as things go further away from me, and the blurriness in the background is an example of sfumato. And then as you sustained it, it wants you to investigate it even more. So let's say I wanted to do, a winter scene. So the warm and cool colors are not necessarily important in the foreground. And as I explored it, I realized that the hue is mostly blue and purple, but there is a large amount of detail in the foreground, which helps create depth. I can give you another example, which surrealism, which some of you are doing. So the question would be identify questions, inquiries, sustained investigation. So I wanted to explore all the different techniques that surrealist artists used, like Salvador Dali and Frida Kahlo, and how to express things from my imagination. Number 2, described your sustained investigation, shows evidence, practice. So I, on my 3rd or 4th piece, decided to do a double image, and that's an image within another image. And then on my 6th or 7th piece, I decided to use melting clocks or objects that are displaced. So like a dolphin in outer space, or something like that, where objects don't normally, you would not see them normally. So, and it's a more of a dream-like quality. So that is written evidence. Now you want to come up here and go from sustained investigation to selected works. Now these are the ones where you feel like demonstrate your idea the best and show your progression also. So you'd want to start number 1 towards the beginning of when you first started your idea. And don't forget the height and the width, and this is 3D, so the depth. And then the idea behind each one, and the materials that you used, and the process of how you created it. Now there's normally 5. You can see there's 5 here. But you only need to do 3 for the exam this year. So if you want to do 5, you can, or you can just do the 3 this year. And that is pretty much your exam. So I'm going back here, and let me click on the student again. Okay. So you have your images uploaded. That's the 10. If you want to do 15, you can. You have your written evidence where you answered the questions. You selected your works, your best pieces. Okay. Now up here you have actions. Okay. This is a little different because it's my screen. But on here you have forward to your AP teacher. So you want to click on that and forward it to me when you feel like you are completely done with your exam. Now, I can also recommend further action and give you notes if I feel like one of the images is blurry, or you might have missed like a measurement, or maybe your statement for your sustained investigation needs some work. But when you have done that, then I forward it to the coordinator, which is our AP coordinator, Ms. Whitaker, and she forwards it to the College Board, and then you're done. And that is pretty much it. And then if you have any further questions, you can let me know. I believe the exam grading is done by July, so you can get your grades by then. So remember how to log in to the AP website to get your, not this page, but the other page, apcentral.com, to get your grades. And that is pretty much it.